Hey, what's going on, guys? Corey, the Yard Boy. And today, we're not mowing grass. Today, we're killing grass. Here at my shop, one of the big jobs I have to keep up with every year, and have to do this 3 or 4 times a year, is I have a lot of fences and gravel driveways and ditches and rocks and buildings that I just don't have time to spray around them, or to trim around them, so I keep them sprayed around. And for years I have used just my ATV. I've got a Honda Foreman Rubicon. That's a 500cc. This is like a 2003 model. I bought this thing brand new, y'all. I went down to Corinth, Mississippi, and bought it from Lake Hill Motors down there. But I've got a 40-gallon, let me flip here, it's easier to do it this way. It's a 40-gallon spot sprayer picked up at TSC, and had it in this little trailer. And for years, I would just use the handgun here. Now, let me just tell you, at 43 years old, I'm starting to get a little bit of arthritis, whether I want to admit it or not. And so I was looking for ways to make this job a little easier, because right now there's probably right at about a mile of gravel driveway that has to be sprayed along on both sides, plus down the center. And then there's a fence line on either side of that most of the way. And then just a ton of rocks, ditches, and then of course all the buildings here, the old barns and whatnot. Just to cut down on the trimming, so all I have to do is just unload and mow here. Okay, we're not trying to win any prizes or yard of the month with this facility. And so over the winter, I found what is called the Black Rain Boomless sprayer. Now let me get around on the other side here for you. And what this is, you'll see it has a nozzle, 2 nozzles. This is a Boomless nozzle, and yeah, I've got it kind of offset, and I'll explain that here in a minute. You're like, well, why don't you have it in the center, dummy? Well, I got a reason for that, and I may change it yet, I don't know. But this nozzle sprays, and I measured it today, a 22-foot wide pattern. So that's perfect when I'm going along the driveway, because I can pretty much just kind of center along the driveway and then spray down the middle and both sides with one pass. And then here, this other nozzle, you just flip this switch right here like that, and this becomes a fence row sprayer. So where I have fence rows that I want to spray along, I can just turn that on and ride. And just, I creep along around 2, maybe 3 miles an hour with a 4-wheeler. And you just got a manifold up here. This hose is going to your hand wand, where when I've got rocks and things like that I want to get around, I can switch over to that. But you flip this switch, that cuts that off, and then this is your, whoa, didn't realize that was loose. This is kind of a pressure regulator, so you can determine how much pressure you want, turn it up or down. But when you open this valve up, that's what feeds that boom back there. As you can see, I've just routed the hose, got some nylon clamps from Tractor Supply, and just screwed it into this. This is a poly cart, so just screwed it right into it. But like I said, this is a 40-gallon tank. I use the RM18 herbicide. That is glyphosate. I think it's 18%, but it also has the dicot in it as well, which gets a quick burn. If you are interested in that product, I noticed today that Tractor Supply had it on sale. The 2.5-gallon jugs for $49.99. I picked up 5 gallons of it today, because I put in that 40-gallon tank, I put 1.25 gallon of this to 40 gallons of water to make my mix. So far, today I used the sprayer with the Black Rain, nozzle, and I'm impressed with it. But what I have noticed I'm probably going to have to do is, because I'm used to having the wand right in front of me, on a really sunny day like this, I can't really see where my spray pattern is at. So I'm going to probably start using some blue marker dye so that I can see where it's going, because I don't want to get too wide with it, and I'm afraid I might have gotten a little too wide, especially with that 22-foot pattern today. But maybe not, but we'll see, because this RM18, when it's sunny, bright sunshine like this, and we're supposed to have temperatures in the 60s today and then in the 70s for the next several days, it'll start to burn. It'll start to burn it within about 24 to 48 hours. So we'll see how it worked out. I just sprayed one tank today because I want to kind of see how it's going to do. And like I said, I'm going to pick up some blue marker dye to start mixing in with it. Also, one thing I do is I tend to mix in a little bit of just blue dish soap, liquid dish soap with it, and that gives it a little bit of sticky, because you get onto some weeds that have kind of some waxy leaf on it, and instead of buying the high price surfactant, blue dish soap does just as good. So there you go. I wanted to kind of give you a review of that and let you see it. What I bought today is it's actually a UTV model. It's not for an ATV. The ATV model came with U-clamps to bolt onto the rack on your ATV, whereas the UTV version, which is what I got, it's got one set screw, and so I was able to just clamp it onto the back of that trailer and then tighten that set screw down, and it holds it in place great. A couple of improvements that I would make to it, but I won't really get into it. It's kind of nitpicky stuff. I'm not really pleased with the way it's mounted. The nozzle itself is mounted to the mount, and I may have to make some alteration, alter that a little bit, fabrication and adjustments and revisions to that of my own. But hey, quick video today. That's about all I'm getting into today. And Monday morning, we're going to probably be wide open. This grass is going to be ready to mow. You know, the last several days, we've just had a lot of rain. We've had close to 10 inches of rain right here at my shop in the last week. And if I thought about it, I could have got you some footage to show you how bad the creek has been out here. It's been across the bridge that I have to cross to get up here to the shop. But a lot of wet ground, especially some of where I mowed here today. I almost got the turf tiger stuck, so I had to skip some of it. And then it's been cold. The last 2 or 3 mornings, it's been down in the 30s. So grass is growing, but it's not in hyperdrive yet, but it will be. So just be prepared. We're going to try to get a lot of footage. Next week, we'll be getting around to everybody at least the second time, some people the third and fourth times. And so just be ready to drink from the fire hose when the content starts coming from Adventures with Yard Boy. Hey, y'all, appreciate you watching. Give me a thumbs up. Click that subscribe button. Ring the bell so you know when there's new content on the channel. And for all things Yard Boy, head over to www.theyardboy.net. Y'all keep them straight out there. I'll see you next time.